In the summer of 2024, the Premier League acquired a new youngest ever head coach. But who is the 31-year-old American-born German Fabian Hürzeler, appointed by Brighton and now winning games and ruffling feathers? Hürzeler had only had one senior coaching job before arriving in the Premier League, and that was at German club St. Pauli, who were at the time in the second division. He was appointed in December 2022 when he was, at 29 years, 11 months and 3 days, the second youngest head coach in spite of Bundesliga history too. And ultimately he proved that age really is just a number. In the 18 months after, he turned St. Pauli into a well-balanced, optimistic but emotionally tough team. Hürzeler's football is attractive. His teams prefer to build up from the back, using pass-oriented defenders who are willing to take risks with the ball. They vary their rhythm smartly too, mixing short, sharp passes with driven diagonals, and are extremely good at working their match-winning players into space and one-on-one positions, and then building their attacking moves. Most impressively, St. Pauli evolved under Hürzeler without spending heavily. Instead, they depended on tight matchcraft, previously unheralded players, and emerging potential. So his suitability to Brighton as Roberto De Zerbi's successor, both in tactical approach and philosophy, is self-evident. Despite his age, Hürzeler is already one of the most highly regarded coaches in Germany and has improved all sorts of players individually. St. Pauli's promotion was the result of progress beginning in 2022. Hürzeler inherited a team who'd squandered a similar opportunity the year before. They had been top of the Zweite Bundesliga at the end of 2022, but had fallen away badly towards the end of the season. Important players left and their morale caved in. By autumn, they were in deep trouble. And when club football broke for the 2022 World Cup, St. Pauli were outside the relegation places on goal difference alone. Timo Schulz, the coach at the time, former player and local hero, paid the price for this job. Hürzeler, one of his assistants, replaced him. And the athletic Chefstaff Law went to meet Hürzeler for the first time shortly afterwards, in January 2023. He was facing all sorts of challenges. He was replacing someone to whom he owed his opportunity. His relationship with the players was also changing, with Hürzeler going from confidant to head coach. And when he was given the opportunity to take the job, he gathered a council of senior players and spoke frankly with them, asking whether they were supportive. In the first meeting I had with the team, I told them I wouldn't change, that I'm still Fabian, but that I will make tough decisions, and decisions which might be hurtful, he said. Something changes in the way you communicate. I said to myself, okay, now you're the friendly authority. I'm young, and some players may be older than me, so I'm not going to be someone who shouts at them and treats them like children. I'm on their level, and I want to convince them through ideas, through my hard work. I told them that I knew it was strange, but that I was open about it. I wanted their thoughts, and I wanted to talk to them about it. And from there, they moved forward together. Hürzeler himself did not have a typical upbringing. He was born in Texas. His family left the US when he was just a few years old. He is one of 4 children to a mother and father who worked in dentistry and who moved from Zurich to Freiburg and finally to Munich, all the while bouncing back stateside on family campervan holidays. And his football career never quite got going. He played for Bayern Munich 2, but never rose above the Regionalliga, the 4th level in Germany. He was a combative and sometimes combustible midfielder, according to former opponents, but a player of clear intelligence. He was a player coach by 23, an assistant with the German Football Association's age group sides by 25, and he became Schulz's assistant at St. Pauli at 27. His time at Bayern shaped his coaching beliefs. But just a few weeks into the job, much of what he knew was already being adapted. I spent 10 years at Bayern, so it's in my DNA to want possession and to dictate the game, he said. That belief is still deep inside me, but I've learned so much in the second division, which is a lot about long balls and set pieces, and that you have to be very intense against the ball. You need to be able to defend deep and defend high. No doubt, the data describing his growth helped attract Brighton. St. Pauli played some of the prettiest football on their way to promotion, but they were also among its most effective set-piece teams. They scored the 4th most goals from dead ball situations in 23-24 and conceded the fewest. And Hürzeler made little micro-changes too. When he took the job permanently, he disliked the lack of energy that the players were bringing to afternoon training. He changed the sessions to the morning and ratcheted up the intensity. Everybody responded. Between January and April, the new St. Pauli won 10 straight games. Had the season lasted another month, Hürzeler might have won the promotion immediately. As it was, they had to wait another year. But during that time, his coaching personality emerged further. He is no wallflower. The wildness that Hürzeler once had as a player is still there in the technical area. He'd been yellow-carded 7 times by February last season. And when St. Pauli scored a last-minute equaliser against Fortuna Düsseldorf in the DFB Pokal quarter-finals, he was left celebrating among supporters, having been banished to the stands. But the most compelling account of his impact has been the form of his players. There are few household names at the Millerntor, St. Pauli Stadium, but almost every player under his charge played the best football of their career in 2023-24. Sometimes his work is dramatic. In January 23, Hamburg-born winger Elias Saad joined St. Pauli from 4th Division Eintracht Norderstedt. A year and a half on, Saad is now a Bundesliga player at Tunisia International. So no wonder Huertzel caught Brighton's eye. There are doubts, clearly, because this opportunity has come very early in his career and with little experience. But in fairness, those are all concerns that have been heard and disproven before.